Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to Islamic Preacher and Apologist, the ultimate channel which informs and at times answers the most complicated questions. Now let's get to the video. Yes, today we'll be discussing how to overcome cowardice. I'll give you an example first. The first example that I'll give you may not seem like I'm answering your question, but I will be. Let's suppose I was a model who wanted to be on the front page of a magazine. Then my biggest fear would be to get a wrinkle, black spots, dark shades, or just any negative occurrence on the skin. Or let's suppose I had an emotional attachment with someone that I feared the loss of someone who I really liked. Some people have a fear of poverty. They fear that they might not get a job or might lose a job. Notice, the things that you give high priority to becomes the biggest fears. As you begin to give priority to minor things and worldly things, you end up becoming more of a coward. Fear God and only God, and you will notice that you have become brave. If I ask you, why are you a coward? Exactly why are you coward? Then I'm 100% sure some worldly matter is bothering you. If your focus becomes the hereafter, God, the Creator, Islam, believe me, the coward in you will go. Notice something about Christian Prince. Most of the times he asks irrelevant or illogical questions. At times he asks questions such as, why did your prophet kiss the black stone? It's actually a ritual. For example, in Christianity there's baptism, and you sprinkle water 3 times on the head. It doesn't necessarily mean you are worshipping the water. The hadith, which says that the black stone will give a testimony, is a different aspect of the black stone. Nowhere does it say that if you kiss the black stone, it would give a good testimony. Just because Muslims are not able to answer these questions, he tries to correlate the two points together and make a meaning out of it. So the non-Muslims that take part in the discussion think that the Muslim or the Abdul is being too shy to say that they're pagan. But the Muslims themselves know that whatever they're doing, meaning kissing the black stone, they're doing it as a ritual. You yourselves must know that whatever you're doing is right. Likewise, in your own life, fear nobody and fear no one. Only think about being responsive to Allah, not Christian Prince, and no human being in the world. I gave an example of Christian Prince so that you have power in your tongue. Kissing lifeless objects is not unheard of. Sometimes people also kiss a beautiful flower. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're worshipping it. Irrelevant questions, irrelevant concerns belong to irrelevant people. Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to explain yourself to somebody. Worry only to explain yourself to the one who created you. Worldly people, worldly matters will never be satisfied with you. Here are images of the Khane Kaaba. Look, it's absolutely empty. We Muslims are afraid of death. Muslims were not supposed to put death above worship. That's another example of being a coward. Have you seen this video? The British MP fasted the first week of Ramadan. Studies show that the most people that are affected by coronavirus are in US, then UK, then Spain, and then Italy, then France, and then the rest of the world. Middle East isn't even that affected. And there's another video which will kind of surprise you. UK did something impossible for Muslims 2020. They created an event which welcomes Muslims and non-Muslims of the community to eat together. And we Muslims are fearful of worshipping together. Even our mosques are closed. Even in remote places, such as Bahria town, Karachi, where there's a very low risk of coronavirus, mosques are not opening. The Prophet said, "He who dies of plague is a martyr." Muslims, true Muslims, should fear nothing other than dying as a believer. At the same time, our Prophet also said, "Plague is the sign of a calamity with which Allah, the Exalted and Glorious, affects people from His servants. So, when you hear about it in some place, don't enter there. And when it's found in a land and you are there, then don't run away from it." The cases of coronavirus are comparatively very less in the Middle East and in some parts of Asia. The country which is second in the highest level of risk is doing far better than we are. And we must learn to be brave. Please kindly watch this video which I'm showing you the image of right now after you've seen this. And I hope you understand what I've said, that if you prioritize minor things, you become afraid of minor things and eventually become a coward. So be brave and fear only the Creator that created you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Take care and goodbye.